Cashbuild is the largest retailer of building materials in Southern Africa with a market cap of 4.2 billion rand, and it's been listed on the JSE since 1986. It sells directly to cash-paying customers through its 191 stores around Southern Africa. It has a price-to-earnings ratio of 16 and a dividend yield of 2.6%. Again, this is a stock that we discuss extensively. Pat Goldrick, obviously at the helm. Is he still at the helm?
No, he's actually just retired. He owns about 10% of the shares, which he got through the process of, entitlements and other awards as he modernized and developed the group over the last few years. But it does go back a ways. I've spoken about it before, but this is the company where Albert Koopman in 1978 or something decided that there was a synchronicity between Japanese management style and Zulu hereditary systems, and talked about
where does he come up with these facts? Travis told me. Where does he read up on?
I've got a team of 5 analysts or something that do this, and they didn't come up with these facts.
Never come up with this.
It's brilliant.
So here they are now. Pat's done his work. The new CEO, a guy called Werner de Jager, a much more ordinary sort of fellow. But I mean, they're beautifully positioned.
Yep.
4.2 billion market cap, just beginning to attract a lot of institutional
Very expensive
attention.
on the charts, though.
This is a very, very.
I think if it gets up to, it's trading around 166 at the moment. I think their previous high is about 168. I think we might see it pull back that. But if you look at a bit of a channel start trading, it's very different from a trading point of view. Technical analysis, I wouldn't be touching it. It looks expensive. From a company point of view, strong December results. Nice revenue. Geez, I can't even say that.
Absolutely nice revenue, nice profitability, good indicators.
Nice gross profits, and strong balance sheet, good return on equity, good company. I think it looks at the lower LSM. It's kind of like your Rhino cash and carry of building, builders. It will compete with Massmart and also more industrial building stuff. And it looks like a solid company.
Perfectly positioned at around these levels, just under 180 rand.
Yeah, understand what we're talking about here are simple metal door frames, bags of cement, cinder blocks,
your basic building
wooden, kind of stuff. Really basic stuff. We're talking about stores which are principally in township areas or urban, peri-urban areas and semi-rural areas. And it's a business which is built out of consolidating and competing with existing building material suppliers. Most of these towns have some old guy who's got a little quarry and has got a relationship with PPC or whatever. So an enormous amount of cement in this country gets consumed in bag forms by people doing bit-by-bit home improvements. So this is the target market.
They also have a link with the government. I know there was talk many years ago with the RDP and the housing and stuff. There was a link with Cashbuild, and that's supplying a lot of those Bucky
builders.
Bucky builders and stuff. So that obviously is good for the business. They know they're looking at to refurbish a lot of their stores and also increase a lot of their stores and obviously get expansion more into South Africa as a whole.
I go back to the re-rating of the entire construction sector. Even though this is heady from a PE perspective, surely it will also benefit from that momentum or not.
But the construction sector, more companies that are involved with building infrastructure projects, industrial buildings, commercial buildings, power stations, all that stuff.
But when that spend comes back online, these guys aren't going to escape the good news.
Well, they'll get some of that by deflection, but in fact they're more like a retailer, so they're more in common, in my opinion, with Mr. Price and people like that. So it's that end of the market, it's that kind of consumer, it's not credit. They have a very small credit relationship with Nedbank. If you go into a Cashbuild store and you need credit, they have a sort of a desk there that goes to Nedbank, but I think they could do that a lot better.
It's kind of like an industrial Massmart builder's warehouse type vibe, more, the window panes.
All right, so we've got to value these actually then. The point you're making is value them in the same manner that we're valuing the retailers. That means that the upside could be unlimited because that's what we think about the retailers.
Relatively, they're on a PE of 16, whereas those other companies you're talking about
are retailers 32, 36 and stuff. So it's a lower PE than from a
once the thing starts to run, that magic scale between about sort of 3 or 4 billion, below which nobody pays you any attention because you're too small for the institutions, the big funds to come after you. And once you start making these kinds of moves, people start getting very excited. I've seen research reports out from people like Vestact saying this thing's going to 200, I'm going to eat my hat if it doesn't. It's when those guys, those kinds of people start getting excited that the thing starts to gather momentum.
Never shorter stock and higher highs. So.
All right, well there we've got it. Are we going to hot or not on this one?
Yeah, I've got a personal position in this. I've got to disclose that. I'm sure that's come up on the thing below there, but I think it's hot and I'm happy to recommend it.
Hot or not, Travis?
I think it's hot. I think it's a good stock.